What is up, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Porsche just dropped an NFT. It officially launched today as of January 23rd, 2023. We're going to talk about it in this video. We're going to talk about the positives, the negatives, and just kind of take a look around it. We're also going to look at the Veve search bar, and we have time at the end. There is an airdrop coming up that you can qualify for that I'm going to kind of walk through. It's going to be a lot more technical, but I'm going to save that for the end. So without further ado, let's dig into Porsche. Their launch today, personally, I think it was awful. They asked $1,500 for the mint, or 0.911 mint, and there was 7,500 of them. So let's see how that's doing right now. Pull it up right here. And so this is their official Porsche page, ETH Porsche. So again, there's 7,500 of them, and right are to be minted. Right now, it looks like 1,100 people have minted, and this has already hit public sale. There's a few more minting right now, but ultimately the floor price is actually under mint price. That's never a good sign because that completely kills the incentive to mint. And yeah, this is a wreck. Yo, what's up, Daniel? Welcome to the chat. Thanks for stopping by, man. Just take a look at the Porsche NFT. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to show you. So I was in Miami at Art Basel, and Porsche set up over there. So I actually had an LL list, and I had this like physical Porsche car that I was really excited about. Okay, probably get a good glimpse of it like that. Each of these were different. I got the yellow package, which was as a I don't know the exact. The mint would be 380, but basically I think this was like the classical one that came at the event in Miami. So I was pretty hype about this because like they rented out a spot in Miami. They obviously put a lot of money and time into it. And yeah, the problem is it looks like that was an investment for them and that they wanted to be able to yield that investment through the mint price of this project. Again, if you missed the very beginning, they asked $1,600 or 0.911 for mint price. What is up? Danny was going to buy one. They missed the mark big time. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I was going to buy one as well, but not for this price. Like, why would I want to buy something whose value is going to be immediately half or whatever it's going to be worth, right afterwards? Here's what's probably going to happen unless Porsche just doesn't care. And the whole, I'm going to look a lot more into this during this video. My guess, what a lot of Web 2 companies coming into Web 3 do, they have an unsuccessful launch. Like they probably expected to sell out immediately because they weren't really involved with the space. And they're probably going to do the whole thing. Well, we're going to burn the remaining supply. Sometimes that works. Sometimes that doesn't work. If it does work, congrats to them. If it doesn't work, whatever. It's kind of like a panic thing. Like, oh gosh, what are we going to do now? All right, well, we'll just resort to, at first, they're going to be resistant to not burning it, and then they're just going to burn it if they decide to go that route. But 7,500, only 1,157 were minted, and public mint is already available. That means anybody who wanted to mint could already mint, and they chose not to. I think the problem, one of the things that I've seen a lot is people saying, well, Porsche is a luxury brand, so they should be able to charge a luxury price. I just disagree with that narrative because ultimately you're not really providing a luxury product. Like, look at their roadmap. Pull it up for you real quick. So this is NFT Now. I run their spaces on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Wednesdays and Thursdays. A really good just news outlet for crypto. They talk about how there's 7,500 of them. Airdrop for those who mint, which is just a buzzword in the NFT space. Holders will be able to customize their Porsche 911. That's pretty cool. And then the holders will be able to claim a 3D model of the NFT. Already have that. Also pretty cool, but like it's not luxury. Like when you buy a Porsche, you're buying luxury, and they used a bunch of buzzwords. The breakdown, what's the utility? Utility is another one of those big things. Exclusive virtual and real life events. Okay, that's pretty cool. So it's going to be, that's somewhat exclusive because, like, I guess if you own the NFT, you can go to maybe a Porsche party or whatever. Maybe they'll do more POAPs where you can get these and stuff. So, like, maybe they're trying to market to that side of the NFT audience that's just wealthy. And if so, that's completely okay. The problem is they just haven't been in the NFT space. They kind of like created a Twitter account, created a launched it at a really high price and just expect people to buy and form that high class community. The thing about Web3 is like Web2 tactics don't work. Like you can be a huge brand and come and do something like this that's clearly like stepping on toes, and they're not going to support it. And that's exactly what we see. I mean, only like a seventh of the supply is minted so far. Daniel said, nice, man. Nice little model. Yeah, I love this. I do love my little model. Similar to Batcow's deal. and then cars usually tend to appreciate after purchasing, unless they're very limited or collectible cars. Could be worth the money for track days, etc., for driving experiences. Let me go ahead and get this down. Yeah, it could be. And again, there is definitely a niche for this. It's just they're trying to niche down so much. They're trying to not only niche down to like Porsche car collectors, but Porsche car collectors in the NFT and crypto space, and it's a pretty small space already. Exclusive merchandise. I think exclusive merchandise for Porsche is pretty cool, but I'm wondering if it's going to be like branded by like NFT. You know, like it's not Porsche, it's like Porsche NFT merchandise. I don't know. And then another thing about merchandise I don't love is a lot of projects that launch merch just charge really high prices for their items and don't really give a deal to their holders. I've seen that done time and time again. That happened with Doodles. They were charging ridiculous prices for things that were clearly made cheaply, and like it didn't actually reward their holders. It was just another way to make money, another revenue stream for the company. So exclusive merchandise could go either way. I think it's cool, but it just depends on how they execute it. Unique traits from Porsche artists and partners. Okay. Exclusive Porsche behind the scenes access. Again, what does that look like? Like exactly like what behind the scenes are you getting for owning this NFT? It's kind of vague, and I don't know. I heard that there were some things announced on the Discord. I'm not involved in the Discord, but from the way that NFT, Instagram, and Twitter and everybody's receiving this, nobody wants to get that. I mean, I'll just top comments. Nope, not paying 0.91 for it. Good to see big brands adopting NFTs, but this one seems like a money grab. Who advised them? Oof, this is not it. It just goes on and on. Oh, here's someone. Everyone is complaining, and I think it's priced super low. So hopefully Vince Loyola goes and buys all the ones that are under mint price if he's so bullish on it. But I guess we'll see. Anyways, it co-creates Porsche's Web3 future. In other words, can you establish the community for us, and more to be announced? So here's the phases of evolution. It looks cool, but not for 0.9. Like this isn't 0.9 cool. Here's the waves of mint that it had today. Essentially, I don't have UTC clocked to my time zone in my head, but essentially it kind of released in phases all day. But we're already at the public right now, and as you saw, there are people minting still. We could actually go and look on Etherscan, and you can see the pin. They've already made a lot of money. You can see the pending transactions. There's one minting right now that did have a whitelist. But ultimately, still only 1,100 people, 1,157 people to be exact, have minted this. So at the end of the day, I just don't think this is it. NFT Now did a really good job at breaking this down. Porsche didn't do a good enough job at being the entry to the space or at entering the space. They kind of just came in, asked for a lot of money, and haven't really proved themselves. And that's the one thing about NFT space. You kind of have to prove yourself. Like you have to build trust, you have to build community, and instead of just using your brand to build it for you, I just don't know if that's going to happen. So I personally think Porsche dropped the ball on this. Let me know if you're watching this later what you think down below in the comments. I think that's all there is to be said on Porsche. That's pretty much the utility. That's the roadmap. That's where they're at on minting. I guess like one last comment would be, I also don't love when projects, this makes sense why they would do this, because they don't want to hurt their brand. But like if they launch like a separate page for their NFT versus their actual page, which I'm assuming this is separate. I don't really know how many. Yeah, I mean Porsche is going to have more than 45,000 followers. But yeah, I don't love that. So like to me, that shows them that they're not like all in. Whereas there's brands that are huge. I always talk about Puma. I own one Puma NFT, but like I love that Puma, 1.9 million followers, has Puma.eth in their like actual like on their page, on their 1.9 million follower page, not like on this page created just for NFTs. So I always like to see that like kind of all in strategy. Don't really care too much about like, I guess what people think. It's kind of like, hey, this is the future, this is tech, and we're about it. So shout out to Puma for that. A lot of other brands don't do that, but that's just like a minute thing. Anyways, we'll move on to the next topic, Veve search bar. So if you haven't updated your app yet, you can go ahead and go update your app, and the search bar is working. I did this earlier. I didn't even know I tweeted this. Anyways, yeah, I did this earlier, and this is how it looks. Basically, you just type in a few letters, or you can obviously search for anything you want as far as collectible and comment goes, and it will show you it will show you the listing. You can go straight to it. One thing I like that I wasn't expecting is it will actually show you how many are on the market and how many are in the store. So when I was typing in Coca-Cola, and then the Coca-Cola caravan came up, I realized that there's only like not many in the market. Like there's 53 in the market at the time. I'm not gonna be surprised if that's already sold out. Granted, it's like 10 under retail, so I wasn't gonna like go. I probably should have bought one because there's so little left. That play would have really made sense if it was closer in price. Like I think it's a $30 mint. If it was like 30 gems in the secondary market as well, I think the price could have definitely went up because it's going to run out. But I really like this feature. Yeah, I definitely think this is a good little update. I'm ready, of course, for like bigger features to be released. This is one that I was just kind of joked about. And I'm also ready to be able to search for people particularly so we can like follow each other and kind of create a social platform on there. But ultimately, it is what it is. So yeah, shout out to Veve for getting that done. There's also 2 pretty big comic drops this week. I'm sure you've been following. But let me just, so I don't get the names wrong. Happening tomorrow. Let's see. There is the Amazing Spider-Man number 4 coming on Tuesday. Yeah, that's tomorrow at the same time. And then there is the Amazing Spider-Man with the Vulture coming in Thursday, also at the same time that they usually do their drops. So we're getting 2 decent comic books this week. Looking forward to that. I'm going to be going for both of these drops. Hope that I can get something. This next section that I wanted to talk about, I'm going to pull this down for a second. It's something that if you have the time to do, sorry about that, I dropped my phone. If you have the time to do this, I recommend doing it. I'm obviously going to be careful the way I word things with this. So there's this aggregator called Blur, and they have a phase of 3 different airdrops. They're airdropping their token to everyone who participates in each phase. Right now we are on phase 3. There's a couple more weeks of phase 3 before it ends. And right now people are grinding to be able to get the token airdrop. I've already received token airdrop 1 and 2, and I will show you how those look in just a second. In this video, I'm going to show you how to participate in phase 3. This is going to be a little technical, but somebody out there might be wanting to do it, so feel free to. And also just feel free to hang out in the comments because like I said, this is about to get pretty analytical, just for the record. So let me pull it up right now. Oh, that's still what I was on. Let me stop sharing that and share the screen instead. All right, here we go. So this is Blur. This is the marketplace / aggregator. So a lot of people think that like everything, or this is just anything on ETH that's being traded, essentially. If you go to airdrop, there has already been 2 of the airdrops. So on my first airdrop, I got these 3 uncommon care packages that contain Blur tokens that we don't know the value of yet. On airdrop number 2, I got more. I got 15 rare, and I got 9 uncommon. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Still no legendary, no mythical. And then airdrop 3 is coming in just a few weeks. I think February 14th is the end of it. I don't know. That's like when they're officially launching their token. And one thing I will like disclose is that it's been going on for so long. It might not even be worth it to do what I'm about to show you, but it could also be free. There's a lot up in the air, but I'll show you how it works. So it's pretty complicated. Matter of fact, very complicated. All you have to do is, this. XP equals B, WPDT, DJ, this is actually the algorithm of it, but I'm going to try to break it down in the best way that I understand it. Essentially, is they're rewarding you for using their platform. And in this instance, they're rewarding you particularly for bidding on Blur. So if you send out bids on Blur aggregator, you get points. And I just started grinding for this like yesterday, so I only have 9 points. I'm ranked 958, which is pretty garbage. I'm just hoping to get like a little bit from this airdrop just in case the Blur token goes wild. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I will say out of all of the airdrops, this one is the riskiest if you want to actually get points, because basically the way that it works is a lot of these collections have bids. Okay, so we'll go to other deed. That'll work. So go to other deed. The floor price is at 1.35. Ethereum. I can go to bids and I can see how many bids there are right here. So there's 6 bidders at 1.36, which is actually 0.01 over the floor price. Well, this is like a game of chicken in a way. If you are one of the top bidders or the top bidder, your multiplier gets higher. So, and that's algorithm. That's all based on an algorithm that would be explained in this little complicated article. But what you need to know mainly is that the higher you bid and the higher up you are, the more points that you can accumulate. And you can practice this for a few days. This could be free. Where the danger comes in, obviously, none of this is financial advice. Where the danger comes in is if your bid gets accepted, then you have to buy that NFT and you don't already want that NFT. Now you're stuck with an NFT that you're going to have to resell to get most of your money back, maybe all your money back or whatever. What my personal strategy is for this is I'm going to collections that I already don't mind purchasing, and then I'm kind of being the top bid or the second top bid on those. What you could do if you like really are scared that somebody is going to accept your bid, try to get behind a big sell wall that still accumulates points. So again, I wouldn't do something quite like Other Deed because I get if that buy triggers, you're out 1.35 Ethereum, and if you don't want an Other Deed, you don't want to be out that. And then again, you could resell it, obviously. But anyways, you would want to go right behind the sell wall of 11 bidders and, list yours maybe a little bit under that. That way they have to go through all of these in order to get to yours. That would make yours a little bit safer. And you would have to go check that, frequently to make sure that sell wall is in front of you and that you're still accumulating points. One other thing that I'd like to mention, which if there's enough care about this, I'll do like a separate video on it, but is like actually like loading. It's pretty easy to do. So like, if you go to bids, I can just like place a collection bid right now, and I could put like my bid price and size and all that. I can't even see what this button says right now. It probably says add funds, but the screen share is in the way. In order to add funds, you just click it, and it's basically going to ask for you to send Ethereum out of your MetaMask wallet and into this like pool. The pool is just used for you. It's like it's kind of like Immutable X. Like you put the Ethereum onto this aggregator and you just use it inside the aggregator. So you can see at the top right here, I have 0.3 Ethereum like inside of this. Whereas like in my wallet that I'm using for this trading, I have a different set of Ethereum. And if I wanted to at any point, it's very cheap to put it in. I haven't pulled it out yet, but I assume it's also going to be really cheap. I could just pull it out. So that's how you actually get Ethereum in it. Anyways, my strategy personally, I'm going for projects that I really don't mind. Look, Porsche's already on here. Also, if you use an aggregator, here's some alpha for you. Opposed to like just OpenSea, you can usually get cheaper fees and you could usually get like lower prices. So like this is Blur, this is Blur, this is Blur, this is OpenSea. So like right now, this isn't like an extreme difference, but like the Blur price is 8.6, whereas the OpenSea price is 0.89. So you get like a little bit, cheaper going on Blur versus OpenSea in this. They also have their own ranking system that's a little bit different than like say OpenSea or something like that. But anyways, back to it. I would find something that I really like wouldn't be upset if I bought, which just happened a few times. I like placed bids and then I accidentally bought something and I was like, oh well, I bought it. I'm trying to find if there's anything like on the main page right now. Right now, none of this I really care for too much. Matter of fact, I'm back holding some of this, but I can at least show you some example. And a lot of people are doing this right now. So like you are going to see a lot of high bids. I imagine that the bids are going to go down once the Blur airdrop token airdrop is done. And right now, if you're trying to get liquidity, it might be a good idea just to accept some bids that are accept some bids specifically on Blur. One thing you want to be careful for is if you are on OpenSea and somebody sends you, like you get sent a fake collection, then you accept a bid on that collection, you could accidentally give permission to all your assets. You don't want to be in that boat. But that's a whole nother can of worms. That's not relevant to Blur. Or because this is ETH, this isn't on Polygon, and I'm not talking about selling collections that have been airdropped to you or sent to you. This is just collections that you're bidding on. But again, I'm just trying to find a collection that like I actually wouldn't mind holding, but unfortunately, all of these look garbage. So I guess I'm gonna have to go to like I didn't want to pull up my inventory, but whatever. So I am pretty bullish on these free NFTs. It's its own marketplace. I've given this alpha before, but the founder of Free NFT XYZ basically, this Digidaigaku is going to launch their next mint on this platform, and I'm thinking that there could be a pump there. I'm not really sure. This is speculation, but this is just something I don't really mind. So if we go to bids, I actually already have a bid for this at 0.03, and there's 6 other people that also have the bid for 0.03, but I would bid on something like this for sure, just because like I don't mind it. I'm bidding on, I have a bid placed on Pirates of the Metaverse just because I like that project right now. And let's see if anything is worth looking into bidding on. Let's see what's moving right now. Really nothing. There's a lot of memes in this market right now, so I was going to give an example of a bid, but yeah, I mean, I'll find something. I will find something. I wouldn't mind a Ranga, but it's obviously out of my. I only have 0.3 available to bid, so that's way out of that. I wouldn't mind a Sappy Seal. That's also way out of that. And I think the higher the price is on the collection, the more points you get, but double check me on that. I had Pirate Nation. That's actually a pretty good project, but I already sold it. What else is going on? It's a weird. This sewer pass is taking up so much of the volume of OpenSea. It's like insane, or of the marketplace. It's insane. I'm trying to find some good games to play, but haven't really found any. I'm holding this Fun Apes NFT, but probably not for long. Oh, Mechaverse. Mechaverse. I don't know if anybody remembers Mechaverse, but that was a OG mint. That was crazy. I did this with Tubby Cats the other day, just because somebody convinced me of Tubby Cats. So let's see. It was pretty much this already floor price. So you go to bids. There's 10 bidders at 0.11. There's 13 bidders at 0.1. So I'll go ahead and place a collection bid. So I'm going to place this bid at 0.09. Do I have enough? Wait. I don't really want to add funds to the pool. Do I not have enough? I might not have enough funds. That's probably why it's asking that. Oh, no, I just clicked the wrong part. There was like a little pop-up that says like I'm streaming, so that's what confused me. All right, so I'm gonna place a bid for 0.09 on Tubby Cats. This is just gonna get me to sign a transaction. I want to sign it, and boom, there is. I'm one of the 14 bids on Tubby Cats right now, and there's a wall of 13 and a wall of 10 in front of me. So I'll show you the way that this looks from here. If you go to Airdrop, you accumulate points, and the points are updated every 5 minutes. So here it is right here. Get this to the top of the leaderboard to boost your points. Bids on top collections closer to the floor get more rewards. Updates every 5 minutes. So in 24 hours, I only have 7 points. I have 9 total points because, again, I just started farming this, and I am ranked 958. So I don't really have an exact goal in mind. I just want to try to get on the board to be able to get more of these care packages that I've already accumulated from Airdrop 1 and 2. If you have been following me, if you haven't been following me, then you've missed things like this. You definitely need to stop what you're doing right now. Hit that subscribe button. Like this video for the YouTube algorithms. I really appreciate it. And we will move on. We got some people in the comments. Tomorrow is a good drop, and so is Thursday. Yeah, that was for the Veve comics. I am looking forward to both of those. I'm going for both of them for sure. Daniel said I'll have to rewatch. Great strategy. Yeah, it's a lot. This is a lot to unpack. That's kind of why I gave that disclosure. Is that Dookie game you were playing free to play, or you have to buy and play? Yeah, the Dookie Dash is $3,000 to play. Actually more than that. It's 2.8 Ethereum right now. I don't really know what 2.8 or 2.2 Ethereum. Yeah, let's see how much exactly that is in USD. I'll pull it up real quick. 2.2. It's about $3,600 to play Dookie Dash. But this is, I've already done this, covered this a few times. People have the misconception that this game that the Bored Apes are playing, Dookie Dash, is like they're paying just to play the game, but it's competitive mint. The higher you score, the higher rarity you get on their next collection, whatever that is. They're thinking it's going to be like Mecha Apes. So you're not paying that much to play a game. It's a competitive mint. So the whole point is to give holders something just to do and play with and be competitive. And if if somebody did buy in earlier and they did really well, then hypothetically, them being a good gamer could gain them more value. I like the concept of it. Some things can be fixed. Hi, listening some time, but I was wondering if you brought the Porsche NFT and what your thoughts are on it. Yeah, I'll recap that. I was actually talking about that the entire first part of this video, but for those that came in later, I will actually recap that right now, just to kind of give you a quick summary of that. So give me just a second to pull it up, and we will relook at it. I'll obviously scan through it a lot faster than I did the first time, just for those that have already heard my take on it. But anyways, let me add this. Yeah, no problem, Daniel. Thanks for being on the stream as always and supporting my channel, man. It means a lot. So Porsche dropped an NFT today at 0.911. There's 7,500 total editions, and they're already on the public side of the mint. Currently, there is 1,166 minted. That is not a good sign, and it's under floor price. Because they're basically asking too much without being here in the space long enough. I have, and I showed this at the beginning of the stream. I forgot to show it again. I do have I was at Art Basel, Miami, and I was there for the POAP, the proof of attendance, and got this little Porsche number 380. And I was looking forward to the allow list, but when they dropped saying that they were going to be a 0.911, just like other people, I was like, no. Because I don't follow the narrative that because you're a luxury brand, you deserve to just suck liquidity out of the space. Now, one thing they are doing to give them credit is they have 0% creator royalties. At least that's what it looks like, unless they accidentally did that. But if you see creator royalties right here, it does say 0%. So maybe they did just want the money on the upfront sell. Personally, I don't feel like a lot of Web2 companies, they don't get the right advising before going into like the Web3 space. I don't mean financially. I mean like just like things that work and things that don't work. Personally, if they would have got a good advisor, I think it would have been better to like drop at a cheaper price and enforce royalties. That way they could have this ongoing royalties that have much higher Ethereum volume besides Mint. And like Mint obviously wouldn't be their most substantial like way to raise funds, but it eventually would add up and keep going over time. There'd be way more hype built around it. The problem is now that they've already like tainted their name in the space, like just off of Instagram's comments, which Instagram's not like as used as like Twitter, of course, as far as NFTs go, but like, nope, not paying for it. Good to see big brands accepting NFTs, but this one seems like a money grab. Who advised them? That's actually what I said. I forgot. Oof, this is not like they're not getting good rep in the space whatsoever. So they're not really offering a lot. The holder is able to customize their Porsche 911 is pretty cool. Holders will be able to claim a 3D model. I already have that. I wonder if that's this like that I was showing earlier. And then this is all like very general, like exclusive merch. Okay, is that going to be like overpriced merch that a lot of other projects do? Exclusive virtual and real life events. That could be really cool and niche, but again, like I just feel like they're kind of forcing the like already wealthy people to like build this like this like wealthy community. But like there's already so many communities like that. I mean, Bored Apes I would consider like that right now, that there's not really like need for it, and like you're just coming in asking for money and kind of like hoping it builds. There's unique traits. Okay, co-create Porsche's Web3 future. That's kind of what I was saying. They're almost like relying on us to build their brand in Web3. Like, and that's not going to cut it. This looks cool, like the phases of evolution, but I don't know. Ultimately, I don't think it was like a complete cash grab. I just don't really know what to think about it, because like they rented that spot in Miami at Art Basel to tell people that, like, about their upcoming mint. They had like this entire like room dedicated to it. They gave away a ton of these, so like they put money up front into it. It's just hard to tell if like they're actually here to build or if they're here just to like kind of take a lot of money because they're asking for a lot of money. Let's see exactly what they're asking for. So there's a 0.91 mint price, 0.911, which is I'll pull this up for us. Which is let's say $1,500, and they're asking for 7,500 sellout. So times 7,500, they're asking for 11 million. It's crazy. They're asking for $250,000 just for sellout. So I think all of that, like prior, like renting a booth in Miami, hiring some employees to run it, That was all in hopes to raise $11 million. That's the way it looks to me. But I don't know. Maybe they are here to like add value of some sort. So like I don't want to like throw a ton of shade at them if they are like trying to provide value. It's just everything they use is so generic. Like there's not, I don't see the luxury that Porsche gives you as like a car collector like appealing to anything they're trying to do. I don't know if that makes sense. And I've heard the argument like, oh, they're Porsche, they're luxury, they should be able to charge that. But like, why? Like, if they're not offering you luxury, if they're not offering you like actual tangible thing, like $1,500 worth or like comparable worth of stuff, then like I don't see how it's worth it. And I don't think that's just because you're an established car company or brand at all, but you're not giving any sort of value to your holders. I don't know. Obviously, they're giving some value, but a lot of it just seems like copy and paste. What happens again, I'll say it one more time, is that it's just like a lot of these brands don't get advised by the right people. And I'm not like, it'll be people I've never heard of, teams I've never heard of. I've been in Web3 for like since 2020, March 2021. And so I'm following a lot of people. I'm way too active on Twitter. So if I go and follow your advisor and it says your advisor is following like 2 people that I know, they're not involved in Web3. Like that's just how it is. They're not involved. If they're following like 50 people I know, maybe that's a better indicator. But like if I've never heard of your advisors before and your advisors aren't connected with anybody that I'm connected with, then like I just don't trust it. And that happens so much. That said, I don't know who advise Porsche. Usually it's a little bit more clear. If I like really cared, I'd go to the Discord. I'll try to find the mods. I'll try to find where the mods like their profiles, whether they share LinkedIn, Twitter, or whatever, and then do my research from there. I don't care that much. 0.911 mint price for this market is nuts. It's way too much money. And so it shows. I mean, the market agrees with me. We have seen 1,168 mint out of 7,500. If you missed it at the very beginning, what my guess is that they're going to be like, they probably expected to sell them all. And now they're going to be like, well, I guess we're just going to burn the rest of the supply because that's what happens in panic situations. But we will see. And that's enough of my shade on Porsche. I was a little upset, because like I got the Porsche physical. I was really excited about the mint. Should have been 0.0911, not 0.911, but it is what it is. I mean, they can ask what they want. I'm all about free market. I'm not mad that they asked for 0.911. I'm more upset that people are defending it and justifying it when I just don't see the value there. But you can ask for whatever. They could ask for 911 ETH. I don't care. It's a free market. Doesn't mean people are going to buy it, but if somebody buys it, good for them. That was a tangent. Yo, Victor, appreciate the blur breakdown. Yeah, no problem. I hope that helped. I know it's a lot, and I do want to stress, I know I said this earlier, but as far as the blur airdrop goes, it could not be worth it. You could accidentally have your bids accepted, which I've already had, and get stuck with things, and that value go down, and then you don't get a lot of blur tokens or packages from the airdrop, and then those tokens are worth 0. So it could not be worth it at all. If you find a safe system and you like keep up with it as best as you possibly can, and if you have some sort of backup strategy like I do in mine, like my backup strategy is I'm only bidding on collections I don't mind buying. That way, if my bids get triggered, I don't care. Like okay, now I have another NFT. So to me, that's like a foolproof system because I'll just end up buying NFTs that I wanted anyways for a cheaper price. But if you're like bidding on collections you don't really care about, especially like of higher value, and you're doing this all just to farm the airdrop, it's probably not worth the play. It's not worth the effort, but that's to each person for them to decide their strategy. Yo, Humdog, great article the other day. If you guys haven't checked it out, I'll go ahead and give you a shout out, man. Humdog wrote an article on Veve and Nakomi, and really well written. It was why Veve licensed NFTs are the Bitcoin of collectibles. And non-licensed NFTs are coins, choose wisely. But the entire article was really good. Lots of information. Oh, there I am, my metaverse video. And lots of links, lots of references, YouTube video shout outs. So shout out to Humdog for that. That was awesome. We got, oh, dude, I was showing your article and I realized that I wasn't showing it on the screen. So let me pop it up on the screen real quick. This is the article. Let me see the tweet. Here's a pinned tweet. I already read you that was, but yeah, lots of work went into the article. Lots of links. I gave myself a shout out right there for my metaverse video. Definitely check out that video if you haven't watched it yet. It's really bullish on AR and VR technology, specifically AR though. Sergio, what's up? Do you have coffee? Like right now, I do have coffee right now. I have. It's been a long, long day. This will be the part of the video to where like we'll just kind of chill out for a bit. We've already went over some pretty in-depth stuff. We went over the general Porsche drop, my little collectible. We went over Veve search bar, 2 good comics coming this week, and we went over the Blur airdrop, which is very technical. So we'll just chill out and talk about coffee for a little bit. So yeah, my roaster broke down last week. Basically, this thing that's supposed to catch the coffee skin isn't, and it's not vacuuming it out. So my coffee skin is lighting on fire and falling right next to my gas line, and it's building up and it's creating like little mini fires. So I'm like, my roaster's down right now. So if you see my coffee and you've ordered recently, I'm sorry. That's why it's delayed. But anyways, all that to say, like I've been having roasters issues, but I am drinking some coffee right now. I got a iced honey latte with a Brazil espresso that I roasted, and it's pretty good. We just got these progressive lids. I'm joking, but we've never had these lids in my shop before. The ones that like they don't need the straw; they just have the like little thing. I don't know if progressive was the right word, but I feel like where I live, like we're really behind on a lot of our stuff, and I was happy to finally catch up on these lids. Come Dog said, check out Chris's video on the article. Yeah, that video was a lot of fun to make. That we'll go back to the article. Maybe. So I made this video on the future of AR, and this is a reaction to my own video now. Basically, what I did was I took Dr. Profit's article. Dr. Profit wrote a Twitter thread, like a beautiful Twitter thread about tech and AR tech and like where it was going. And I broke that down in video format. And so I talked about the progression of that we'll see in VR glasses in 2023. So that was a lot of fun to make. I realized that you could probably hear that, and that was probably really annoying. I can't hear it because I don't have my headset on, so sorry about that part. For the Porsche, yeah, I think it is 3D. That's what it looks like. They're going to be 3D models. It says that holders will be able to claim a 3D model of the NFT, which I guess is, I don't know if is this. Yeah, this is a 3D model. I should probably open it, but I don't know. I'll just keep it sealed for now. I thought it could have been worth money. I thought if if they didn't botch this launch. Like if the launch was successful, then this thing could have been valuable, and I could have like matched it if I would have minted one, but I'm not spending 0.91 ETH on a Porsche NFT. I mean, it doesn't. I've been hating on it a lot. Like it doesn't look bad. It's just asking a lot, like for this market. Like people already like dry right now. I am based in Louisiana, but I have been all over the world trying coffee, especially all over the United States. Been very much all over the United States trying coffee. See what so just as we're chilling towards the end of the stream, one thing I like to do, so this is the company I work for. I'm not trying to shill them, but it's pretty cool. We have a tracker, so it allows you to track like notifications on like your friends and or just notable traders when they buy, sell, or mint something. But there's like a trends page, and you can see like the most minted, the most bought, and most sold. So one thing I do if I have like time to is I'll just kind of like look these pages and like see if anything is like worth going into. Like right now, it doesn't really look like there's a lot moving. Dead cat check. Usually it's a bunch of like, sometimes it's degen stuff, sometimes it's not. But it kind of helps me find some like new projects, especially if something's like going off really hot. Sometimes it's like, I mean, sometimes it's really helpful, sometimes not. I got burned a few times today, but I've also made some really good plays just off of like watching this. It always helps to introduce me to like new stuff that's going on in the market. Like the super Kawhi. this thing got wrecked. It was a game. It looked kind of cool at first, but it's already at 00. wonder if Porsche like tweeted about this drop like recently. We go back to their. Oh, I have something pretty cool to. I have something pretty cool to show you guys after I look at this. Yo, Sergio, thank you so much for the $9.99 donation. I really appreciate it, man. Shout out to Sergio for the donation. Thank you so much. That supports my channel and it means a lot. Back to the Porsche NFT. Now they haven't really tweeted anything besides the besides like the how to mint and stuff. I think you also had a KYC to mint, but I'm not positive on that. So a lot of crypto people aren't going to pay like $1,500 and dox themselves to like mint a price. So I mean to mint like an NFT. So that's another like bad barrier to entry. I thought this was interesting. I'll bring this up towards the end of the stream. I just thought this is kind of fun, but I actually reached out to him and asked him, and he hasn't answered yet. But let me see if I can find it. This guy named Crypto Bro on Twitter. He is the one that has made a bunch of like Veve and Omi tracking bots, and he's also done a hero tracking bot. He wrote a script that would tell you how much you need in order to be top collector on Veve. And I can't find it, but it came out to be like $72,000. Now, oh, here it is. Here it is. I don't know how I scrolled past that. It was the top one. So it says you can be the #1 collector on Veve with only $71,512. I messaged him because I want to know exactly how he got this number, but I have a strong assumption. And I'm probably gonna, if once I figure out and like verify this, I was gonna make a short on it just for fun, like a fun little short. Because I went to Mutascan and I went to Veve and I sorted by owners, and you can see the top wallet owns 226,546 collectibles and comics, but that's probably the Veve store. I don't spend a ton of time tracking wallets on Veve. I spend a ton of time tracking them like on ETH because like it's part of my job. But so let's just like strongly assume that that's the Veve wallet. So the next in line would be 16,628, which sounds reasonable for a whale. And so anyway, so in order to be top wallet, I'm thinking you need 16,629. So, but this is where I get a little bit confused, because if you go back to his post, it says he ran it. Does that take into account $2 comics? He said yes, you'll need to buy all the $2 comics. But if you bought 72, I'm about to do the math. If you bought 71,512 worth of Veve comics for $2, then that would put you 35,756 total, which is like exponentially, that's double the amount of the second holder. So I think what he did was this took into play the fact that after you buy the comics, like the floors will go up, because I think he actually ran a script. If you go to the comments, he said, where is that? The script calculated buying all the floors, the lowest price collectibles and comics available. So I think like once you buy all the $2 comics, it pretty quickly goes up to $3, $4, $5. And then same thing for collectibles. So it would still take you that much in order to get 16,629 comics and collectibles. But I sent him a DM because I want to verify. Let me know if any of that makes sense. I know that was kind of a lot, but let me know if that makes sense. But after I verify with him, I'll probably make a short on it, just because I don't know, that to me, that's just like something fun that I never thought of. Like, how much money would it take to be the top collector, the master collector on Veve? Quantity, not quality. And right now it would take apparently 71,000. I'm going to say this one more time, $71,512. So we got Vance Legstrong. Pull this up. Says, I'm on the list. Which list were you on? He probably figured that out because of master collector points, but that really doesn't give the value of somebody's collection. So I disagree with the top collector part of that. Oh no, I think that was just like I don't think he was like serious about being the top collector. I think it was just like to have the most collectibles and comics. Like that was my understanding of it. Like obviously, like people like Dr. Profit are gonna have like more value, like way higher value. But like if you want to technically be the top collector as defined by most collectibles and most comics, then that's the approach he was taking. That was my understanding of it. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like there's like way more valuable collections. Van says, what does the number in parentheses mean? Trying to find out which number. I mean, was it on the Mutascan that you're talking about? I don't know which. I don't know which number you're referring to, Vance. Dr. Profit is at the top. Is this Dr. Profit's wallet? Let me pull it up. So the top wallet's right here. Got a ton of Rizzos. So I found this interesting too. Like you can make offers. Obviously I don't think this is gonna work. This is probably just like an Immutascan thing. But like if I wanted Rizzo, let's do 172. Make an offer and actually like lets me like 0.02, 0.03, whatever, 0.02. Make offer. Didn't do anything, but I'm also like don't have my like wallet connected or anything like that. It's not gonna work. But I just found it interesting. I wonder if that's like possibly coming soon. Being able to make offers like directly on certain items, like that would be pretty cool. I would enjoy that, you know, like be able to like kind of pick what I want and make an offer on it directly instead of like a collection offer. If you're just now coming to the stream, I literally did an entire segment on collection offers on Blur to be able to farm the airdrop. So we are very familiar by this point of the video on collection offers. Oh yeah, we were looking on. Does it show his balances? No. Orders? No. Just shows that he has 16,628 tokens on Veve. None for sale. I don't know if that would show anyways. His activity is 3 days ago. He bought some holiday L's, some ALA. He goes through every drop. So are we assuming this is Dr. Profit? I don't really know Dr. Profit's exact wallet. I don't really care to like go over it on stream, but I don't know. Whoever this is the biggest whale on Veve. So I'm assuming it's Dr. Profit. So if somebody had, I don't spend enough time on Immutascan, but if somebody did have an item for sale, would it actually show on here? Because like a lot of the things don't show. Let's see. All right, let's assume that this person that sold this has other things listed. This one doesn't show. This is a random thing to be thinking about, but I like at the end of the day, I do wish we had more information on Immutascan. It's kind of frustrating. Like there's just still so much we can see or that we need to be able to see because this is very limited. Anyways, the whole reason we came to Immutascan in the first place was because we were verifying, trying to figure out how $71,000 or $71,512 would make you the top collector on Veve. But I think we figured it out. I'm going to put it in short form content. This guy is what? Oh, the movie ticket. No Time to Die movie ticket. He should have listed that forever ago. I'm not going to lie. If I hit that movie ticket, I don't know if you guys were around for that. There's a movie ticket. It was like one of the first. It was like when the market was like booming, and there's like 7 of them, and it was a James Bond one. And there's people offering like way 6 figures. Like somebody offered like 300K worth of Omi. Somebody else offered like 6 figures worth of cat or worth of whatever. And people were like diamond handing them. I guess there's only 7 of them. I would have bit, like, no joke. Like I'm not even gonna fake like I would have held that and saw what the value would have been years from now. I would have absolutely bit. I'd either be stacked on Omi or I'd be stacked on money. 50-50, whatever, however I divide that up. That was a life-changing hit for sure. Daniel, a YouTuber that does content stuff for Veve, said that's Dr. Wallet. Dr. Wallet. I can't speak. That's Dr. Profits, and he's not alone. Basically saying, oh, like it's a hedge fund wallet. That would make sense. Yo, what up, Fro-Kami? Yeah, good afternoon to you as well. I'm just chilling on stream. Went over a bunch of stuff on the stream. Porsche, Veve, all that fun stuff. So if you missed it, you can go check it out later. Guys, if you're here and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It means a lot to me. I'm trying to get to 6K right now. I like this video for the YouTube algorithms. I love to do these like random short live streams. Supports me a lot if you are engaging and whatsoever. Shout out to everybody that's in chat. Really appreciate you. Fro-Kami, Daniel Marquez. I'm so bad with pronunciations. Tuscan Collectibles, Vance Leg Strong, Who'd I miss? Sergio, big time for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. Danny at the very beginning, as soon as I went live. Suzanne asking about the Porsche drop that we went over again. Of course, Humdog with the article, like the banger article that he wrote on Veve and Ecomi, Veve being the licensed collectible platform. So shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining. We're not over yet. I wanted to, so it was confirmed, I guess, that this is Dr. Profit's wallet, but it could be a hedge fund. It could, maybe it's not like just Dr. Profit just by himself, which would make sense. Let's go back to Veve again. I think I'm going to start trying to play Gods Unchained today. I'm actually going to look into that in a second. So owners, 16,000 for the top besides Veve's, 14,000, 13, 12, and then it goes into under 10K. It's really not. Yeah, there's a pretty good amount of people with over 1,000 collectibles. I wonder if that's probably an easy way to find your wallet. Know exactly how many comics and collectibles you have, and then find it on here, and then you can just click it to see it from there. That would make sense. So I've been looking for, I even tweeted about it today, just like some good Web3 games. That's Inception. So I asked about Web3 games, and I got some recommendations. I tried Gods Unchained for a bit, and they are on Immutable. Let's find them. But I tried them, and my game was buggy when I first tried it, but I might go back to it. So Gods Unchained is Immutable X going to let me go to it without a... Here, let me bring this down. I'll get to it in a second. Why are you blocked, Immutable X? Something I need to know. Marketplace. Anyways, I'm trying to find Gods Unchained. Oh, here we go. That looks better. So we got Hero, Undead Blocks, which is also a game, Immortal game. Literally says game in the title. Gods Unchained, which is volumes at 200,000 USD. I don't know. That's in 24 hours. So it's basically like a card game. It's play to earn. You earn these cards. I'm sure there's a lot of videos on YouTube, but I played for a little bit. I liked it, but it was buggy. Like it wouldn't even let me pass the, it was really cool, but it wouldn't let me past the tutorial. So like my game froze, I like restarted, still couldn't get past it. So after that, I ended up just not trying anymore, but I probably give another try. I've heard a lot. Is this WagMe Defense or the same people that make WagMe Defense? They're WagMe's. They make games. I think they're making a defense. Kyle Wilson worked with them a little bit. I'm excited to see like what they make with that. I think it is the same thing because I know they were doing something with comics as well, so that would definitely make sense. I need to get back on Immutable. I haven't been as active on Immutable, but it looks like, I mean, layer 2s is where games are going to happen because at the end of the day, the reason that layer 1 doesn't work is the transactions cost too much. Like I bought this like trash today. What's it called? I don't even like to look at it. I'm down so much on it already, but we're going to look at it for a second because I'm trying to make a point here. So this is a game that's already established, but the problem is, well, one, it's not a fun game, but two, it's like the transactions cost. So like you basically get these dogs and you like, I do not recommend this project, by the way. I'm just showing you like what I'm talking about. You get these dogs and they have like different traits and you like take care of them. Kind of like the what was that Nintendo DS game, like Nintendogs. That's kind of how I look at it. And you basically like give them power-ups and stuff like that. But here's the problem. Anytime you want to do that, it costs money. Like this transaction right here, while it's cheap, my mouse looks huge. While it's cheap, it's still, you know, $3.06 or 0.002. So every single time I want to like put something on my pet, I have to pay like a transaction fee. Well, that adds up every time. I mean, like after like I don't know if I like doing math right now, but like it wouldn't take many transactions for that to get to 0.01. And then by that time, you know, how much ETH are you spending or cash and ETH just to be able to upgrade your stuff? So games just, I don't see them working on layer 1s. Like this is why layer 2s are going to thrive. And that's why I think like Immutable X is going to thrive. They're my favorite one. So I'm just going to leave it at that. There's other ones out there for sure. I think Gala has their own layer 2 marketplace and a couple of others. So yeah, gas fees are too much for games to survive on, just based off of that. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching the stream today. Hope you got a recap on Porsche, look at the Veve market, just kind of looked at some fun wallets and stuff like that. And of course, the Blur airdrop. I've been wanting to share that with you guys for a while. So I'm glad that I was finally able to publicly do that. And I will see you guys next stream. Thank you so much for coming. Peace out.